Finding a safe place for yourself to sit and be one, and immerse yourself into this healing past childhood trauma. You will hear my voice guiding you, and that is all you need to do, and knowing you will be safe. You will begin to understand yourself. It is very important to repeat this practice to alleviate symptoms you have experienced. Find a place of stillness and be comfortable, and allow your eyes to close softly. Take a few really deep breaths. Practicing mindful breathing is essential because it means you can calm your anxieties in any circumstance, wherever you may be. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth allows you to focus on calming down, and with that focusing comes a peacefulness inside of you. Life can be full of challenges, and in a moment's time, everything we believe can shatter, where things can fall apart, and there are moments in our life where 1 second can transform the things you believed in. As a child, we rely on those around us to meet our needs. And if we are lucky, we have a parent or a caretaker who loves us, where we were made to feel safe, where we did not have to worry about where our next meal was coming from. You may be listening to this because your experience of trauma was that you were not protected or loved, not because of who you were or who you are, but because you were failed as a child. And we don't understand how we were meant to be treated. And sometimes this can lead us into bad relationships or other toxic situations. And this is not because you did anything wrong. You were simply born to people who were not capable of giving you love and guidance and safety the way you were meant to receive it. You didn't create it. You couldn't control it. And the only way this can have any power over you is if you carry it with you forward into your current world. When dealing with childhood trauma, we learn to protect ourselves, not realizing this can create destructive patterns. Maybe we think we are useless and have no value, that we are not good enough and are a failure if we don't measure up. None of this is true. You didn't cause it. You may have believed there was something wrong with you, or you did something that made you believe that you didn't deserve to be loved or protected and nurtured and guided, being a part of a loving family. You've been living a life trying to prove that you are deserving of love. And that doesn't mean you ever have to measure up to someone else's standards. But you were only an innocent child. And now that you are grown, they cannot hurt you anymore. And you cannot control a past you didn't create. And now, I would like for you, with your mind's eye, to picture yourself as a child now, and bring yourself back to the experience you remember most vividly in your mind. See yourself as a very young child, and see how small you were then. You were full of wonder. You were very vulnerable and needy, but you are feeling confused, and you don't understand why. You have a longing for something you aren't receiving. You only want to be noticed, be heard, be valued. Look at yourself as this young, small, beautiful child. You had a lot of worry. You were desperate for love and attention. You wanted to be acknowledged for the things you tried doing and failed at, only hoping for encouragement. You wanted to have a cheerleader cheering you on, even though you kept falling and failing. This child is still within you, trying to protect you all these years, making decisions for you as you have desperately been seeking love, but yet protecting you, trying to keep you safe. All you ever wanted was unconditional love. And the adult in your life told you you would only get it by doing something for them, for some sort of transaction that you had no idea how to give as a young child. Love should never be transactional. But now it is time for you to leave all of that behind. That younger version of you, who you see all alone. You know how it feels to be alone. And you don't want to leave that younger version of you alone again. But you cannot carry this with you any longer. You cannot allow the younger you to be present with you any longer. It is time for that child, you, to rest. And now I'd like you to see this younger version of you and go walk over to yourself and kneel down beside this child and look into your own eyes. Place your hand on your shoulder and say that it is okay. You are okay now. Thank you. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. But you do not have to protect me any longer. Take the hand of this child that is you. Hold it firmly And now walk over to this wonderful room with a big, warm, comfy bed in it, with all the things you loved as a child and all the things you wish you had as a child. Everything in this room is everything you deserved having. And now, tuck this child into the comfy warm bed that has your favorite color sheets and your favorite comforter on it. Pick yourself up, pull those covers up, kiss yourself on the forehead, stroke your hair, and as you do so, you start to fall asleep. And now it is okay. It is okay to leave that part of you behind. You aren't abandoning this child. Instead, you have returned to the now living you that is no longer in distress. And this part of you can now rest. You have survived and overcome. There is no need for this attachment anymore. And as you walk away from the bed, you are feeling lighter. You feel free. Come back into the present moment. And as we end our meditativeness, you have released all the trauma of your past. You are ready for positivity in the present time. You are ready. You are ready.